Hi everyone, welcome back. In this lecture I'm going to be talking to you about getting started with the IntelliJ IDE, and also we're going to be creating just a simple hello world statement, and then we're going to have a brief overview on some variables. To get started, just click create new project. So leave the Groovy and Kotlin boxes unchecked because we're not using those libraries and frameworks in this application. Next, and you're going to click create project from template. So tick that and it's going to create a command line app. So what that basically means is it's an application that includes a class with a main method as stated here. What that means is the main method is what is outputted to the user, and we can do it. You don't have to do it this way, but it's easier because we don't have to remember how to do it, and it makes the main file for us, and it's just easier to get started and start coding. So click next, and the project name for this one is just going to be printing out statement. Yep. So project location's here and the base package, you don't have to worry about that right now. And then just click finish. So it'll take a few seconds to create the project. So our project has been created, that was quite quick. Main.java files here, it's open. This is the first, this will be the first file that the application will run when you run it. So the main Java file is the first one that is run. So in terms of okay, sorry, there was a bit of a problem there. So system, this is just, we're going to print out a statement because this is just to test if the IDE's working. So you can see I did system.out.println, and then in the brackets I had two speech marks. In between those speech marks, I'm just going to put hello world. And then always at the end of a print statement, you've got to have a semicolon, otherwise it won't work, produce an error. And then after we've done that, just to see if it works, click run main, and it should hopefully run in the terminal. The output hello world should be in the terminal. So the IDE is just building it, parsing it, running. I think it's just about to load, yeah. So hello world, there it is, printed out. Now, of course, we want to make the application a little bit more interesting. So we could print out variables, but first, before we print out variables, we have to define what the variables are. So in Java, there are quite a few different variable types you can have. So one would be string, that's basically words or a sentence. Then you have int, that is for a whole number. And then you have double, that's for decimal place numbers, and you also have float, but float works to less decimal places than doubles, so I just recommend using doubles. And then you also have boolean, so true or false values, and you also have char. Those are the main ones. char, that is for single letters, so like A or B, single letters. Now, how do we define them? So just say int for a number, for instance, a whole number, integer, number equals 5. And then you can just say system.out.println number. And you have the semicolon at the end. And then just click run main, and that will hopefully run. Okay, so hello world, and it's printed out our number, which was defined here. We defined it there, and it's printed out here. Okay, 5 there, right there, and hello world. And now you might want to print the statements together. So we do string, for instance, name equals. You have to, when you define a string, you have to have the two. You have to have speech mark, like you do here. You have to have speech marks. So not 5. Sorry, Aneal. That's my name. Semicolon. And then you do system.out.println name plus hello world. Then you always have to put a semicolon at the end. You also have to put a semicolon at the end when you declare variables. There won't be, we have to put a space there. And then run. So Aneal, hello world, you can see that here. Now, you're probably thinking what that plus sign is. It basically just is called concatenation. You're basically getting another thing and adding it, appending it to the statement. And you use that when you want to print something out mainly. So that's all we're going through in this lecture. I hope it sort of made sense. Printing out variables. There are other ones we will touch through later, sorry, like booleans and floats and other things. But that's just a brief overview, and I hope that makes sense. I'll see you in the next video.